Alrighty guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we will be going over whether or not the AT&T stock is a typical buy the dip and it never recovers, or God willing, you buy the dip and this strategy actually works for once. But first, let's analyze the stock a little bit so we can make a better informative decision. So right now the stock is down about 1.2% and it might hit its lowest point since when this pandemic started, which is at $26.77, which, as you know, pretty much when the pandemic hit and everything dropped, most stocks have recovered. Maybe not fully, but you've made a ton of money since then. So with the idea that there's a stock out there that's still at its pandemic lows, kind of makes it an attractive stock to look at. And with the whole wireless industry becoming very bullish with the fact that 5G is now being readily available, one might think that all of these stocks like AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile are now ready to start skyrocketing, especially in the new year. And if you look what the analysts have to say, the average consensus, if you take between the highest and the lowest, is actually that the stock is still going to go up from here. And even more so, interesting than that, I really like the fact that their stock doesn't have a ton of institutional ownership, meaning there's a lot more room to run up. And interesting enough, I was surprised to look at the balance sheet, since if you look in the last 5 years, this stock has been continually on a downward trend, yet in their balance sheet, they're making more and more money every single year. Their volume isn't too out of the ordinary. It is a little bit higher than usual, but nothing too crazy, which in all honesty, I would look more for a higher amount of volume for when it starts to go on an upward trend. But to my surprise, when I also went ahead and checked out the insider activity and the fact that a lot of the CEOs and CFOs and all the people like that actually weren't selling their stocks, which genuinely surprised me. Now, to my personal experience with AT&T, because yes, I do take that into account as well, I'm not really a fan of them. The worst experience I had was when I decided to open up a new account with them, a new phone line, and I only had that phone line for one day. Not even one day. It was 6 hours later I canceled it. They told me everything was fine, it was going to be great, but about a month later I found out I was sent to collections and I was basically forced to pay a couple $100. When I kept asking them hey, you guys said you'd take care of this. They said they would, and never did. It got sent to collections, and then from there they basically said they couldn't do anything, that I had to pay it. And I only had the phone line, not even bought a phone, the phone line for about 6 hours. So I've never been a fan of AT&T, but in this particular case, I would still probably invest in this stock. Now for me, since I think it's going to continue on a downward trend, because yes, I don't think the brutal selling is over yet, I'm probably going to buy a right to buy the options, about 100 shares in the year 2021. So yes, I'm going to buy an option contract just so I have the perks if the stock ever goes up to where I want it to go up. I could actually exercise my right. But if it never gets there, yeah, I might lose a couple $100. But in my opinion, I really don't like this company, so I really don't want to own this stock anyways. But again, I'm not going to give up on an opportunity to make some money. So I hope you guys liked the video. That was my quick little insider look at this stock without going into too crazy deep of analysis on it. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you want to buy it, whether you want to sell it, whether you currently hold it right now, and some factors that you took into account and that I may have missed. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more future content.